Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Brassmonke X. Today we're going to be showing you how to apply Durafil using an airbrush. There's multiple ways to apply Durafil to your projects. You can brush it on with an ordinary brush. I'm choosing to go with the airbrush this time around because we do have 6 different spots we have to hit up. So we got to cover a little bit more area. If it was only 1 or 2 spots, I'd probably hit it with the brush. But because I have so much to do, I'm going to go ahead and use the airbrush. The airbrush I have, it's the Paasche H series. It's a nice airbrush. I got it a while back. I've used it on several projects. I've used it for, I've done some Duracoating with it. I've run some enamel through it. I mean, it works really good. If you're in the market for one, go with the Paasche. They're excellent. I can't recommend a better brand. Alright guys, so when you're setting up your airbrush, make sure you don't set it to anything higher than like 35 psi. Anything more than that, it's going to be too much pressure in the line. So just go ahead and set it to about 35 psi. I recommend you wear gloves, guys. Make sure you put your gloves on. Make sure you put on a mask as well. So what I do is, before I do anything, I ran some lacquer thinner through here just to lube everything up a little bit before I go ahead and put the Durafil in. When you're working with the Durafil, you're going to want to shake it up. Make sure it's shaken up nice and good. You want to get it all mixed up. Duracoat recommends that you use the hardener with it. So like a 12-to-1 ratio. 12 parts Durafil to 1 part hardener. I'm not going to use the hardener on this because the majority of it's going to get sanded off anyway. I'm just using it to fill in the pitting here and these little imperfections. And I'm sanding off 95% of this that I'm spraying on today anyway. So if I put the hardener on it, it would just make my job a lot more difficult when I get to the sanding portion. So I'm not going to use the hardener. My top coat's going to have the hardener on it anyway, so I don't think it's necessary for this step. But if that's what you want to do, if you're doing a project like this, go for it. But that's not how I'm going to do it. So we got our Durafil all shaken up here. I'm going to grab our bottle here. Just going to dump some of this Durafil in here. Whatever you don't use, you can pour it right back in the bottle. It's all right. Set that off to the side. Go ahead and put our cap on here. And this is the tedious part, guys. I'm probably going to roll in some music because this may take a while. I'm going to start on the back, work my way forward. As I go, each pass, you got to let it set a little bit. It's got to dry. It dries pretty quick. It takes about maybe, they recommend at least 20 minutes. Most cases, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes for each spot to dry. So as I move on, by the time I get to the front, the back will be ready for a second coat. You go nice, even coats, real slow. You don't go glopping that stuff in there. Just put it on nice and even. And like I said, don't worry about it, guys, because we're just filling in these little imperfections here. I showed you on the previous videos. And most of it's going to get sanded right back off. All we're doing is filling in the imperfections. So, all right, guys, here we go. Let's do one section at a time. Real light coats. compressor kick on, it's going to be a little loud. When you filled in enough, it's probably going to take 3, maybe 4 coats. That was coat number 2. You can see like this one here, this one's pretty much done. This one's close, that might take 1 more coat. This one was pretty bad. This one on the end is going to take maybe 2 more coats. That one's pretty much done. But I mean, there's not much to it, guys. And like I said, most of it just gets sanded right back off anyway. I'm not going to do a video on the sanding. Nobody wants to watch me sand these barrels. That's pretty much just a waste of time. But I am going to do a benchtop banter once I'm all done and it's sanded and ready. And once I get it prepped for the actual coating that I'm going to put on it, then we'll go over what I'm going to do with that. So make sure you tune in for that episode. That's going to be coming up in a few days. Probably this weekend I'll get to it. Portion where I had the silver solder that ribbed together, that's going to be a mess. That's going to take a few coats. That was pretty sloppy up in the front there. It's alright, that's why they make Durafil. Remember guys, make sure you're wearing your mask, make sure you're wearing your protective gear, your gloves. You don't want to be breathing this stuff in. I'm putting it on a little thick up in the front, guys, but like I said, the front's pretty gnarly. this last coat dry up. I'm going to come in, give it one more coat. And we're pretty close to done, guys. There isn't really much more to do. I'm just going to have to give it 24 to 48 hours to dry, let it harden up, and then I'm going to have to come in this weekend and sand it down. And that's when I'll come back to you with a benchtop banter video. Guys, that's pretty much all she wrote. Like I said, I'm gonna let that dry up. I'll get that tape off of it tonight after it dries. I gotta give it about 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. I'll pull all the tape off. I'll take a look, see what I got. And then, like I said, I gotta wait about 24 to 48 hours to let it all completely cure. Then I'll sand it down, and hopefully we're good to go. Like I said, I'll bring you a video this weekend. We'll do a benchtop banter. I'll show you where we're at and what the next step is. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate you watching. I hope you're learning something from these videos. Leave some comments below if you have any questions. And again, thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time.